Hey everyone, in this tutorial, let's see how we can set up the alephium development environment and then configure our IDE to start building smart contracts for alephium. So here we are in the alephium's website, alephium.org. Let's click on build a D app and then you can browse through the tutorials here. However, let's go to build the apps tutorials and then quick start. Here are the prerequisites. So you need to be a little versed with TypeScript. We don't use JavaScript in Alephium development. We use TypeScript, so make sure you have some amount of knowledge about TypeScript. You need to be able to operate it with the terminal. Then make sure you have Node.js installed. Ideally it should be above version 16, and then also npm node package manager installed, ideally above version 8. Once you make sure that you have installed all the prerequisites, just copy this particular command and then go to any code editor of your choice. I prefer using VS Code. You can use anything that you are comfortable with. And then in empty directory, just paste this command and hit enter. So as you can see, our alephium getting started package has been installed. We have all the necessary node modules, scripts, sources, and all those things in this directory. And then we have a contract directory where of course we'll be writing our smart contracts for alephium in RAL programming language. We'll get to it in the coming videos. Now, one more very important thing before we start developing in alephium is to set up its devnet. Now to do that, we'll go to alephium's GitHub repository and then search for alephium stack, and then we just copy the URL and then simply type git clone, paste the URL and .git. Once you let it clone, as you can see, we have the alephium stack here. We have the devnet folder, the mainnet, and the testnet. Now we'll be using the devnet, of course, for development purposes. Now in order to access the devnet, you need to make sure you have Docker installed on your local machine. Now if you guys don't know what Docker is a virtualization service that allows us to deliver softwares in terms of packages. You need to get Docker installed on your local machine based on your operating system. You can read more about it in its documentation and install it through the internet. Once you have Docker installed, go to the extensions of VS Code or any code editor that you're using and install an extension called Docker. Now this will allow us to simplify using Docker in our code editor and let us use a lot of different things without writing much commands. Once you've installed Docker and Docker extension, simply go to the alephium stack directory and then devnet, and then you'll find docker compose.yaml. Now you just simply right click here and then click on compose up. It'll start pulling the containers. Once all your containers are up and running, congratulations, you have successfully set up your alephium development environment, and now you are ready to start building on alephium.